Hi everyone, I just wanted to reach out with a quick video on annotation. Some of you are still struggling and I want to make sure you understand that this is such an easy task because there's a simple formula. You don't have to get creative, you just have to follow the formula. So I'm going to go through creating an annotation with you so that you can see exactly how to do it and how simple it is. So we'll start with the article that I have here. And I've highlighted their names, right? Because that's the first step in creating an annotation. You'll have the author's names. You always go from first to last. There's an order. It doesn't go by alphabetical order. In academia, there's a hierarchy, right? So this person goes first, Katie Siri, because she is the lead author or the principal investigator, right? So we'll put her name here. Siri, and you only need a K, period, comma, and Varela, A, and in this case he has a middle initial, Albert does, so we want to put that there for him. Hein, S, comma, and the last author, you always need the and symbol, right? And Hiller, and that goes for even if there's just two authors. Hiller, comma, J, period. Then you need the year this is published, right? And so generally that will be right down here. You can find it here. It might be in a couple different places. Sometimes if you're lucky, you'll get the citation right at the beginning, but you need to make sure it's formatted correctly because it may not necessarily be formatted in APA because there's also Chicago style, there's MLA, lots of different ways. And we want to focus on APA because we are social scientists. So the article title, and this one I know you're tempted to cut and paste, but this is the most important thing. Don't cut and paste. You do have to type it in. The article title always uses what's called down casing, which means only the very first letter of the first word is capitalized and any letter after a colon. So it would look like this: retention strategies for online students, colon, and then you'd have a capital A. So you see here how it's all down casing. Systematic, it's not very organic or natural. It's just sort of a weird rule that you have to follow. And please don't ask me to make sense of it. It's just how it is. Literature review. And then you always indent, right? Oh, it's not letting me indent. Oh, okay. So that's something I can work out in a minute. A systematic literature review. Then you have the journal name, which is, and it looks like the original journal was Journal of Global Education and Research. And you'll see that this is italicized. Journal of Global Education and Research. Oops. And that one you just use regular uppercase and lowercase. See how it doesn't make a whole lot of sense? And this one, it looks like it's volume 5, issue 1. Yeah. And the volume number is also italicized, but the issue is in parentheses and it is not italicized. And there is no space between, there's no space between the parentheses and the volume number. And then in this case, there is a digital commons. It looks like this has a digital commons DOI, so we can put that here. Oh, nope, that didn't work. No, it's not going to let me It's going to make me cut and paste it. Or make me type it out. And this information may also be found USF-DU Okay, so that's what that will look like. So that is the whole citation, and this actually needs to be indented, the second line, but I'm not going to waste time trying to format that right now because I want to make sure I get through this whole thing. I only have a finite amount of recording time. Okay, so then the next step is to get the information, and these are descriptive annotations. So these are research articles, so they're based on data, but the data is not something that we're looking at right now necessarily, or the data methods or how they collected the data. That's something that you do much more in grad school, right? What we're focused on is two major areas of the article. Right here, introduction. You see this right here? That is key place. Introduction. I might even do a little bit of the overview, because for me, what interests me is this section right here, factors influencing student retention. That's something that is key to my particular research study. So that's the part I'll also focus on. I'm not focusing on the research process, how they're gathering the research, because this is a descriptive annotation. I just want to find out what they found. So all this middle part, I'm going to tell you a secret. You don't need to worry too much about it. I would skim it, but the most important part is that introduction, and then the very last place right here, implications. It's called discussion. It can be called implications. It can be called findings. So it's just this little, and the amount of reading really then is really only about 1.5 pages of reading. So don't feel overwhelmed, especially by the numbers part of it. So I'll get my information from here, and then when I go here, I can tell you the purpose of the article, right? The purpose of this article is to figure out how to keep online students in school, right? And please don't be creative. Use this phrasing. So the purpose of the article is to uncover factors that retain students in online classrooms, right? And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the general content, right? So the study focused on, or the general findings of the study, right? The general purpose of the study was, and because I don't want to break it down too much, but they looked into certain aspects of retention, right? And so I would write that here. They looked, I would describe some of the aspects of retention. Their main findings were right there for me, the study were that, and because I'm still reading it, I don't know yet, but one thing that, for instance, it might be that online students tend to do better when they have a mentor. So maybe the main findings were that students who participated in mentorship activity were more successful, right? And for instance, maybe they found that it was important to pair up the researchers also found, or more specific information about this was that women did better with women mentors and men did better with men mentors. Do you see how I'm sort of drilling down into the data, right? And so then I would say that, and this helps my own research because I want to, this helps me in my own work, right? So I would say helps me in my work as an online educator, so that I can, as an online educator, right? And then maybe I might say something like, in order to increase my student success in the online classroom, right? So, and that's it. That's all you really need. So that's why I don't want you to be too overwhelmed. Sometimes there's a lot of jargon in these articles. And I'm going to pull up another article just so you can see they do all kind of look different. So you've got to hunt and peck for the information, right? Another thing when you're writing the article title, keep in mind that pronouns, and COVID is a pronoun now, that would be all capital letters. So even though it's in the middle of a sentence, if it's a pronoun, it also gets a capital letter. For instance, if this article said retention strategies for online students in America, the A of America would be capitalized because that's a proper noun, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I said pronoun, but I meant proper noun. So hopefully this gets you somewhere and gets you started. Don't be intimidated. It's easy peasy. Call me. I'm happy to walk you through it. And hopefully this video can help you sort of jump off the cliff and get it done. But I will try to follow up with another video shortly that will hopefully be a little bit cleaner and simpler. But don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns. My goal is your success.